If you want to stop living in autopilot and want to live a meaningful and exciting existence, what you need to do is learning how to set goals. And the reason for it is because your mind craves order. Your mind is scattered into a million different directions, and you have no idea where to put your efforts in, especially if you are out of school, especially if you are not in education anymore and you need to find a precise direction and a precise purpose. If you don't understand and you don't learn how to set goals for yourself, someone else will set goals for you. Maybe your parents, maybe your friends, or maybe your mentors or coworkers will tell you what to do. If you don't know what to do yourself, someone else will tell to you. So in today's guide, I'm going to show you step by step how to set goals in whatever domain, career, health, fitness, relationship, whatever. You can apply that to everything and actually start to living your life in a more intentional way. You can go from a sluggish, dragging existence to a meaningful, exciting life that you can enjoy and be excited to live when you're waking up in the morning. The first step that you need to do is asking yourself what you want and why. And how can you actually do that? You sit in a room alone, a room like this, which is all white, all blank, with no stimulation, and you sit here alone with no phones, no music, no external stimulus for at least 30 minutes. And you ask yourself, what do I want? What kind of results do I want to get? What kind of outcome or person that I want to become in the next months or years? And from that point, you have to start to get bored as hell. You will start noticing by sitting in your room alone with nothing but your own mind telling you what are the things that are important. You will start to get all sort of these desires and ideas popping up into your brain. Once you have 3 to 5 ideas, you don't need that much, okay? You just need one good, authentic desire. But anyway, all of the things that come up to your mind, start writing them down on a piece of paper. And once you have this list, attack critically every one of these steps. So, where does desire come from? This is what you should ask yourself. Is this desire truly yours, or it has been instilled by someone else, like a friend that told you that good idea from this business that you should start together, or that coworker that made a mean comment to you, so you should do this thing to prove him wrong, or maybe your mom that is projecting her dreams into you, okay? You gotta understand where these things truly come from. And of course, I get it that we are social creatures. There is nothing that comes 100% only from our internal world. But the point is, you gotta find something that is mostly come from you, not being too much reinforced by external environment. Something that you perceive as authentic. And you might ask, oh, how can I understand if something is authentic to me or not? You will understand it. You will know if you find something that is truly authentic to you. And if you haven't found an authentic desire, something that you truly want and is not being instilled by someone else from the outside world, it doesn't even make sense to go to the step number 2. So start asking yourself what you truly want and what you want to truly achieve in the future, in the next weeks or months. Step number 2, once you have your authentic desire, you have to define it more precisely. Because let's say, I want to become strong is my desire, but it's too vague. What does that even mean? I want to be able to lift heavy weights, or I want to simply look fucking ripped, okay? Same things with, I don't know, I want a fulfilling job. What having a fulfilling job doesn't even mean. You want to get paid a lot, you want something that is meaningful to you, something that challenges you, or something that helps other people. What having a fulfilling job actually means to you. And you need to narrow it down, because if the goal that you have is not precise, you will lose motivation over time. If the goal that you're actually pursuing is not measurable, you will never understand when you have reached it. And if you don't have a time constraint, you can procrastinate searching for your goal until your last day of life, okay? What you need to do is to frame your desire through the SMART framework, so that you can specify your goal in a way that is specific, so that you establish precise condition for reaching the desired outcome in a way that is measurable, so that you find a way to measure if you get what you truly wanted. It's achievable, so that you set aims that are challenging but not so high that you are unable to reach them. Goals that are relevant to your original authentic desire, so that you can feel fulfilled are achieving it, and goals that are time bound, so that you give yourself a realistic deadline to reach it. So for example, the original my desire of I want to become physically strong, if you turned it into a SMART goal, or more SMART goals correlated to my original desire. Let's say I want to increase my strength in the gym, so it means that I'm gonna measure how much kilograms I lift in every exercise. So from I want to become physically strong, a SMART goal correlated to it could be being able to lift 100 kilos on the bench press for 1 rep in the next 6 months. You can see how this general desire became a precise outcome that can give me hints about what I should actually do in order to reach what I want. And it's specific because it's about increasing strength in the bench press. It's measurable because it's about 100 kilos for 1 rep. It's achievable because depending on the level of training, but it's generally pretty doable. It's relevant because if strength is what matters to you, then it's relevant. And it have a time bounds of 6 months. This is just an example, but looking at every letter of the acronym SMART, you can understand if your goal is good, framed in a good way or not. For framing your goal in a smart way, you should ask yourself this questions. What is the precise variable or parameter that you want to improve? How are you going to measure the improvement of that parameter or variable? Which amount would you think would make a difference? Is it realistically possible to achieve it? Did someone else done that in the past? Is it relevant to your original desire? And how much time would you give yourself to reach this goal? What is your deadline? If you're able to answer all these questions, congratulations, you're framed a SMART goal. And I get it, it's very hard in the beginning because you first start, it gives you headaches to frame something in a smart way, but setting goals is a skill. Once you start doing it more and more, you will become better and it becomes more automatic doing it. And also getting that it's scary to setting goals because it specifies conditions to failure. While if you set vague goals, you can always protect your ego by saying, oh, but this is enough, or I didn't want that anyway, I didn't want to become that strong. But if you specify what you want with very precise condition, you truly understand when you fail or when you succeed. And only specifying what you truly want can make you do the steps towards your desired outcome. So be fucking courageous, be brave, and set precise goals. And set precise conditions to your failure. Once you have your SMART or more SMART goals, you can proceed to the third step. The third step is setting learning goals. Because while SMART goals measure your performance, learning goals are the actionable steps that you have to do in order to gain the skill or the knowledge to reach your desired outcome. And the big difference between these two types of goals is that you have full agency and control over what you learn, over what you improve, while you don't have actual control over your performance, okay? You have no control you have little control over your SMART goals. You have control over what you can do and learn in order to influence the likelihood of reaching that aim. It's kind of difficult to understand in the beginning, but the point is you can set the SMART goal of having 10K in 10 months and you can do the necessary steps, but some shit happens, okay? Maybe your car is broken, you need to fix it, you need to use the money that you saved, and now you suddenly haven't reached your SMART goal. But it's not because you've done something wrong, it's because something bad happened externally and you cannot actually control that. That's a hard pill to swallow, but but we don't make the rules, we just learn the rules and learn how to play the game. How do you set learning goals? First of all, look at your SMART goal and ask yourself, what are the daily actions that I need to practice in order to get this result? Write down a list of what needs to be routinely done every day to get you closer to your desired outcome. Then take this list on your computer, on your phone, or a piece of paper. Just have it written down. Write things down. This is very important. And when you have a doubt about what it needs to be done, use that piece of paper as a reminder of what's important. Let's use the bench press example again. I want to be able to lift 100 kilos on the bench press. What do I need to do on a daily or weekly basis in order to get closer to my goal? I have to train the bench press 2 to 3 times a week. I have to eat enough protein. I have to improve my technique, progressively overload the bar to week, etc., 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 whatever. I have all of these actions. Now I have to implement those actions in a daily or weekly routine. Once you have your list of actions you need to perform, daily or weekly, you have to organize it into a plan. Look at your Google Calendar and find time blocks, because if you don't actually dedicate your time to doing the action that will bring you closer to your goals, spoiler, you're not going to reach those goals. You need to actually take out time during the day to working towards your project. You look at your Google Calendar and find time blocks every day that you can dedicate. Once you have found that time of day, use it to performing the actions you wrote down. For example, I'm saying I will train the bench on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. On Saturday, I'm going to prepare my meals so that I will be sure that I hit my nutritional goals. On Wednesday, I will focus more on the technique, and every week I'm going to increase the weight on the bar or increase the sets or whatever. This is what happened in these 4 steps. I gone from a general vague desire of becoming stronger, and I found a precise, concrete daily actions that I can do in order to get closer to what do I want to achieve. The problem is there is a little catch here, because you might be thinking, okay, I know that I need to do all of these things, but fucking hell, I don't have no idea of how to actually perform or improve my technique in a bench press. I have no idea how to prepare my meal plans. I have no idea of what things I should actually eat in order to get this gram of proteins. And here comes the step number 5. So filling the gap of knowledge and skill required to get your goals. Once you have the list of all the action you should perform, you gotta ask yourself, what are the gaps in my knowledge or in my skill that are holding me back from achieving this result? Because if you knew everything that you need to do and you have all the things, all the skills in order to get what you want to get, you would already achieve the stuff, okay? Gaps in knowledge can be filled with gaining more information. So we luckily have Google, we have ChatGPT, you have a lot of stuff you can ask, type into, and you will get more information. You'll start searching on the internet, you will watch YouTube videos, reading books, or articles that are going to fill a knowledge gap. Then we have gap in skills that are much more different from gaps in knowledge. Gaps in skills can be filled by performing specific skills a lot of times, failing, adjusting what is wrong, and practice that skill again. That requires a lot of time, much more than a knowledge gap. And once you have your ultimate aim, you got the necessary steps to take in order to reach that aim. You just need the resilience to keep going despite your feelings and circumstances, okay? You need to accumulate as much reps as possible in order to improve your skills and be closer to your desired outcome. If you want to live a more intentional existence, you need to learn how to set goals and how to organize your time. And they need to be practiced and you need to be mastered, okay? I became good at mastering my time after years of doing that and having a lot of activities and wasting a lot of time in things that weren't actually useful for me. And there is no magic pill. You still feel down times. It is not a solution on feeling bad. You will always feel bad for reason XYZ. You will still face frustration, you will still face pain, and there will be still days where you don't want to fucking get out of the bed in the morning. There will be still days when you will be tired as fuck. But when you finally reach this goal that you dreamt of, that feeling become intoxicating. The greatest high that you can possibly imagine, trust me. It's the greatest feeling in the world to finally, after struggle, pain, and suffering, finally achieving what you truly wanted is the best feeling in the world. There is nothing better. Trust me, there is nothing better than that. Than striving and struggling, fighting for something that is truly worth for you. And once you feel it, you want to do it more. You became addicted to challenge, you became addicted to improvement, and you want to engage in life more and more often. And it's very beautiful. I hope that you can feel this kind of drive in your life. And learning how to organize your time and setting goals is the first step in order to have those true existence. I don't know how to put it better. Hope that this video was useful. Remember to aim upward as always.